Getting rid of that Meepo is pretty solid. By the way, one hero that might come back, I'm not sure, but Tinker looks
We had a Tinker game yesterday.
Yeah, with the Bounty Hunter though. So
yeah, Bounty
that's a
Hunter,
really
it's
strong combo.
crazy. That was always the best combo. But Tinker, even on its own, I think can take some games if the game is just perfect for him.
It's an interesting thought, right? Especially with the changes, I say, to boosted travel recently. Now, mobility around the map like that is a more exclusive concept to heroes like Nature's Prophet, which we've seen a lot of recently. So you may be onto something there. We could easily see a return of Tinker.
I don't know, like even that Tinker with the Bounty Hunter, it looked good only because the enemies let him farm. I feel like there's just so many ways that you can punish the Tinker right now, and maybe if the meta slightly changes, that it's not as aggressive, that he has actually first 10 minutes to farm, then yes, but I don't quite
think,
see him coming back.
I think they need to just adjust the way.
Yeah, maybe adjust the whole idea of how to play.
Overall, and it can work. Especially now when there's less gold on the map and it's easier for him. I mean, it's not easier for him, but relatively it's easier for him. He's gonna find more gold than your standard hero. That's why Doom, Bounty Hunter, I think as well are your heroes that will come out very soon.
Or maybe we see a Midas coming out soon.
You're joking, right?
Yeah.
Do you like Midas right now?
Wait,
no.
Midas got
Okay,
nerfed?
I just had to double check there because if you said yes, we may have had to have removed you by force from the panel.
Okay, good thing I'm strong. I'm not.
There are many WePlay staff. Right? They came in for a sec. They had the word Midas. They just peered in the door like, "What do you say?"
Yep. We have Ember, Kotl, Furion banned out as well by Bait afterwards. Your standard pretty much bans right now. Nothing really extraordinary here. We do have a Shadow Demon picked up by NaVi.
CIS,
they're giving it a go.
Guy.
I mean, Shadow Demon right now is pretty solid. I really think that the hero is a very good laner. Later on in the game, it gives you a save if you go for that Aghanim's, which mostly you aren't. It gives you a break as well, but overall,
I think he's now the second most picked typical support. It was Rubik, but now he's catching up. He's almost up to 10 games. The only other one above him is Grimstroke, who's sitting at 16 or 17 games played so far.
Yeah, Grimstroke is crazy good as well. Not only does he combo with a lot of heroes, but just gives you so many things, checks so many boxes.
Earth Shaker.
Pugna Shaker opener.
Okay.
Pugna we know about and why we see so much. Shaker, is this hero one that you just see kind of coming back in trend again as the patch develops?
I mean, it's a solid hero. You have Dandy on the mid lane, so if you help him a bit, you really want to get him off to a good start, which Stomanen tried to do in the series that Bait had before this. So maybe he should have been more greedy, but other than that, it's fine. But what we haven't touched on is I really like how Bait drafted last game, in a sense, how it complemented their team. And I really wouldn't like to see them change too much. Like, this is an okay, they're still sticking to it, because Dandy on that Pugna did a solid job. They had a solid draft around it. I just feel like they could have played better, so I really don't want to see them changing too much from last game, because I just feel like if they adjust their playstyle a little bit better, they'll be looking really, really good.
That's a fair point, right? Because when we looked at the Pugna versus Void Spirit matchup on the lane as well, it looked like, what do you really do as the Pugna? But once he got 6, we just saw that forced harassment to get him out with that low cooldown life drain constantly.
Right now, you have to also consider that this Pugna might not be your mid lane, even though it's playing versus a Void Spirit. Again, Void Spirit was picked into it. I think it doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's your position too, because you have an Earthshaker as well. Earthshaker pretty much activates Pugna on the offlane, so you can have that combo, and then you can pick something that's perhaps a little bit better versus the Void Spirit on the mid lane as well. Even though Pugna is completely fine, I believe that matchup works out really well.
The last game was with 2 saves.
Yeah.
It might not work that well if you don't have 2 saves.
Yeah, because you won't be able to have the Shadow Demon, that's already gone. Also, keep in mind the Void Spirit, that could be flexed to a different position, right? Like, we're talking about it as if it's definitively the mid right now.
Of course. It's also picked very early, just like the Pugna, so it can go... It's very flexible. For Bait as well as for NaVi, these... I guess one thing that we can say somewhat for sure is that the Shadow Demon will be your position 4, but that's also very, questionable. It can be your 5 offlane as well.
A lot of heroes that activate that early push being banned out already. We saw the DP in the first phase, Chen, Lycan and Timbersaw in the second. None of these big nuisances that we've seen just kind of make games
Was the Bristle
trivial.
banned? Now that the Timber is banned, that opens up a possibility for one of these teams to snatch that big boy as well. That's an option, and there you
There
go.
it is.
Bristle instantly picked up. It's a good thing for bait. Now that the Timber is banned out, they do get the Bristle.
I like it. Like we could see an Oracle again, right? Because if it's not banned out, of course. Because last game they kind of lacked the stuns. Now they have the Shaker to cover for that, right? So you don't need 2 saves. You can have 1 save on the Oracle, let's say, and then Shaker just protecting the team with the stuns and not just with the second save, like the disruption. So it could be a nice bit change to the draft, but still sticking to their guns and what they wanted to play last game. So I like it here. If they would go for Oracle, that would be okay for me.
NaVi can go literally in any direction right now with this draft. They have so many options. There is also a Slark in the pool, but it's not really the best Slark game, even though you're playing versus a Bristle. But you can't really see where NaVi is going. They've had some really crazy drafts recently. They also played the Bounty Hunter mid lane, which is, I think it might work in certain circumstances.
Selective choice, maybe.
Right, they find your built-in Spirit Vessel with the Ancient Apparition. That's the way you like to call it. Right?
I've always, well, it's less so now, right? Because the change to him is a bit more of a hero. But I remember a while back I said, why don't you just give him a skin that's just a giant floating Spirit Vessel?
It's a decent laner. It's very good versus Pugna. It's also decent versus Bristleback to remove that region from him, right? And you do have some backline catch with that Void Spirit, so you have a good combo that can work with the Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, I've been hyping up the Witch Doctor quite a lot, but to me, the AA works in kind of a similar way because you get your ulti onto someone just like the Maledict, and then that fat hero doesn't seem so fat anymore. And I really like that in the current meta since we see some of these beefy frontliners coming up.
I was kind of like, I was leaning back from it. I thought you were going to suggest a Witch Doctor incoming, but I like that.
I was instead of the AA. Last game it was banned though. The last ban was the Witch Doctor.
And we get Queen of Pain. A lot more aggression coming out early from Bait's lineup so far.
It's still kind of flexible, but this should tell us that Shaker and Pugna are the offlane, Bristle safe lane, Queen of Pain mid. You have your push, you have the team fight, you have the damage as well. It's very difficult to take them down in the mid game. You just need a very, very solid position 5 here to round things up.
And we did see the Void come out, that snuck in.
Another Void, it's a better setup for the Ancient Apparition, right? Void Spirit, yeah, he can reach the backlines, but he can't really contain them. While with the Void, Ancient Apparition is just super solid. You have a lot of catch now versus the Queen of Pain that can't really itemize versus the Void at all.
It's also much easier to draft it because you already got the Shadow Demon on your side, right? So you don't have to worry about that potential counter pick coming out.
And also time dilation versus Bristleback is...
This is a perfect Void game. He works really well with his team, right? Because you have the AA to bring the damage, and he works really well against the other. And there's the DK that's gonna be mid against the Queen of Pain. Doesn't care about the harass. They are gonna trade farm, but when DK gets hit 6, the Queen of Pain doesn't.
It's all a bait. Put Queen of Pain position 5. Last pick something that crushes Dragonite mid. Here we go.
It is LeBron. So
I mean, it's possible. They did play a position 5 Razor. Don't.
So
anything
anything is possible.
Yeah, anything is possible. I mean, it really could happen because you don't really want to lane Queen of Pain versus DK mid. Even putting Bristle, let's say, mid would be an option, right? But they go with the
Venom answer.
Is that something you lane against the DK?
No,
I don't think so.
No.
Is that something you lane anywhere?
Look, it does remove the region, and if you get that Vessel on your team, plus the Poison Sting degen from the Venomancer, you bring any beefy hero down, but it's not like you're playing into a Bristle or a Timbersaw or something. So why Venomancer exactly was picked here? I mean, it's decent versus Dragonblood. That's definitely true.
I guess if the fights are prolonged, do you favor Bait here because you have got the Poison Novas?
No,
you've got the stacks of Quills.
No, Bait wins fight here by stunning someone and killing them.
Instantly.
But they are playing against a Shadow Demon save, and DK, who is going to be in front. To me, I mean, I'm not really sure about this Bait lineup. It can work, you can kill someone fast, but if you don't, you're just gonna lose the fight because Void is gonna chrono, you're gonna get AA ulted, and every one of your heroes is just gonna die except for this Bristleback.
Yeah.
I like the Venom pick, but overall, I would still favor NaVi. I think they have some moment of brilliance with that Poison Sting versus the Dragon Blood and everything, but is it going to be enough? I doubt it.
Yeah, usually the trivial things aren't what matter. NaVi definitely looking like the favorites here, and already one game up. Bait, there's got to be a point in this story where it turns around. I've got some boys in the line. Maybe they're fingers crossed that Bait can pull someone out the bag. Take it away.
Oh, thank you so much. We actually have to fill a little bit more. We have to remake the lobby again.
Oh.
Just kidding. I'm messing with you guys. We don't have to.
I was like, here we go again. So what do you boys want to talk about this time?
No,
Freaking out the admins. What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry, guys. No, there's no remake. We're just hopping right into the game.
Right,
Man, thank you. Oh, Trent, we see some new things a little bit. There's a Dragon Knight. There's a Queen of Pain. That matchup's going to be boring as hell, surely. But there's a Venomancer. Man, this guy's back.
Yeah, I feel like he's a fun talking point for a lot of analysts right now because like everyone's talking about like regen and reduction, and of course we just had the changes to Spirit Vessel, so everyone's like trying to do the math of Venomancer and be like, is this hero finally good? The general consensus seems to be not really, not showing up a whole lot, and yeah, like for example, AA on the enemy team. This is a hero that does the same thing out of position 5 and does it better.
Right.
And so you kind of wonder, like, what's the main hope for a Venomancer? Well, his lane's going to get blocked off by our friend here, the stand-in on the Earthshaker, who's not King R. I've been notified. It's Stolmanen, who, according to our research, is responsible for 2 of Bait's 4 wins, as he was on the enemy team that Bait defeated. So this guy has been there for the best and worst moments of Bait, and now he's looking to try and get them some more wins for the squad. But he's going to block off, give the Veno a good start. And at least Veno is still that really obnoxious hero to try and lane against.
Yeah, and is sort of an interesting example of push too. Like I'm just imagining this lineup of Bait. Like we always talk about them being ahead at that 20-25 minute mark. Maybe if you just like build a wall of Venomancer wards and just like, you know, Nether Blast, like you're eventually just going to be able to, through attrition, take down buildings.
Yeah, despite it being a support Pugna, their push isn't that much weaker in comparison, right? Like, it's well, we'll see. I still feel it's gonna be a similar time. And he's going for the big play with that the high movement speed of Pugna, no boots, and he's at 330, trying to grab the room, but Slayer will make it back in time.
That's a triple there for NaVi.
Oh baby,
on all of them. Oh baby, a triple. God, I just forgot about that. You reminded me. Now I'm tickled. That's wonderful.
Well, I do my best. But yeah, as you said, mid lane, Snoozer, Eye Dagger, you regen, very exciting. But you do have to watch for the rotations, and it's a classic matchup for a reason. If the Queen goes to make rotations, the DK might just ult and force down your tower, so then you want someone else to come through and maybe try and draw off a creep wave. And Earthshaker does like those scenarios, because it means he has a spot to get some golden XP to himself.
That seems like a really nice pickup there. Maybe then as crystallized.
Yeah, thankfully. This is the classic, because when Venomancer was more popular, Void was kind of popular around the same time, and we saw this matchup a lot because it's all damage over time based, which Faceless Void doesn't like because he tries to survive using the Time Walk. But I feel like Time Walk's not even that huge of a factor anymore in like the laning of Faceless Void ever since this Time Lock got so devastating. You know, you hit like a triple or quadruple bash and you just win your lane for some reason.
Yeah, it's painful. It sucks. And I think that you have the chance to get on top of these people. Ilias is taking a beating.
If he hit that Gale, yeah, he would have died for sure.
Right. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch. I guess the flip side of that too is what build is Ghostic going to want to go for? Because I'm a little surprised he took the Venomous skill. A lot of times we're seeing like a 0-2-2 build or something out of Venomancers. I guess we're not seeing a lot of Venos nowadays.
I mean, that should have been a free kill. So that's probably why he took it. It tends to be the 2-2-2 build at level 6. I usually just like that build because he's got just like the way his abilities scale, especially like Gale goes from damage per tick 15 to 45, so you really want that second point. And then kind of the same thing with the wards, right? 75 HP to 200. That's the whole reason why you see that constantly with Veno.
Yeah, it's a really good scaling hero just in general, being able to get some levels on him, and could signal again why we might want to see the, you know, have the Earthshaker leave the lane, go take some experience mid. He's not going to be able to quite get that courier kill, unfortunately. And you can see mid, after getting the 2 points in Dragon Blood, now Magical doesn't really have to worry at all about this lane, at least running into any types of big issues from the Quap. Haven't talked about bottom much, though. What are you seeing down there?
What do we got? I mean, we got Bristle doing his thing and a Void Spirit doing his thing. So probably Pasha just like pulling the waves away so he doesn't get quilled over and over. Already has the magic wand, stick ready on Slayer as well. So no real threat of death, I don't think. LeBron's just too busy trying to deal with these creeps on the camps. And you can see Slayer's going to body block it once again here.
Pasha pulls away Excalibur, can't get aggro. And yeah, going for this sort of max potential damage build out of Excalibur with the 1-2, and then probably going to go back to the points in Bristle afterwards. As mid lane, Dendi living pretty low on HP, but there's not really anything that Magical can do to threaten him unless there's like a severe outplay.
Dendi's crazy though. He was so close to the mana.
Missed the deny up top, Crystallized there. Able to get the deny onto his AA. So 2 times now where the Gale is not going to get them to kill. And actually, Earthshaker, dude, is he just going to kill him or is he going to die? Oh, God. From PogChamp to Omega Lul.
And now he's just like get that. Denied. Start hitting him. Send him home. Free regen.
I mean, he wants to CS at least first. But yeah, I think that he can. Oh, he can't do it anymore.
No, there's no way. It's okay. They have a sal. It's fine.
Damn. Well, you know, sometimes you want to make the big plays when you're the stand-in, and a little bit of an over-aggression, he gets punished.
That was crazy. This guy's a wild animal. There have been, I think, 3 moments now where if Crystallized got a bash, he would have got a kill on this Veno. They tried twice with the cold feet, and then there, if he had gotten, I'm pretty sure Ghostic dies there as well. So, lucky or unlucky, however you want to put it. It's only a 12% chance right now, so you can't exactly count on it.
Yeah, taking that 1 point in time dilation just to slow things up if they get a little bit too far forward. You can punish that way as well as push back yet again. Ilias here just being a little bit of a bully as they did get this full pull off. And Ghostic in the meantime comes to claims it. Still no points in wards, but as you said, anticipating them to go back for it afterwards now.
Man, AA is so good. This hero's the boss. 40-second ultimate right now is so valuable in the way that like Dota's being played. There's like fights constantly global, and there's skirmishes all over the map at the start of the game too. Your laning abilities are nice now. The only downside is you don't have like this stun right away as a support, but so many of our cores we pick now have stuns that you can work off of. But nice kill, down bot.
Yeah, overextension. And speaking of which, Ilias here, he's coming to get denied. Kill me, Crystallized, please. Just taking my life away. Is he going to be able to get it? Runs back in. The bash, the chase down. Oh no! The overextension from the Earthshaker again! Oh, they're not even going to get the deny! Oh god. That hurts for bait. That hurts.
So close to getting the deny too. Unfortunately, Gale only lasts 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's pretty nutso. So far, feeling pretty good up in this top lane. And, you know, if you give Crystallize and AA a good opening, like, this is a combo that's going to be able to kill so easily throughout all stages of the game, it feels like.
Huh. Denny's going to get the rune mid match. Just going to pop the ulti. Just be like, all right, deal with me, I guess. Try and put some damage on this tower. I'm not wholly convinced of this one. I guess he was worried about potentially getting pressured.
Interesting. They do drop down a sentry ward here, so get some extra vision down. Dendi pops the DD.
Double sentry, still don't get the kill.
Wow.
Oh no, and now Shaker's gonna get it.
Well, yeah, he's just gonna take those away. All right. That feels really bad. That's so much gold.
All right, but sneaky AA got another one placed up here.
Okay. Meanwhile, Ghostic facing off against Slayer has these points up in the wards. They move in. Now a little bit of a miscue here as this is going to be Veno in pretty far. They have Chrono if they want to use it. Going to catch onto both of these heroes. The Shadow Poison is building up. Now turning onto the level 2 Shaker. Just needs to buy a bash, but nothing doing. Wow, this top lane is a complete and utter disaster.
Yeah, this looks like most of the Venomancer theorists saying, yeah, I don't know if this hero's that good. I want him to be good, but every time he gets discussed, everyone just worries about how his laning stage will go, and for good reason. Like, he doesn't have a bullying laning partner, right? They're trying to get away with a a laning partner that wants to wander and roam a little and just not be that present. And then that means you can't actually capitalize on any of the abilities of the Venomancer. You're just hoping that Veno is able to like be enough of a nuisance that they don't like try and dive you. But they have this time walk that a lot of heroes, maybe you can hold them back using the slows and the constant nuisances, but they just need that one bash in combination with the cold feet for a kill.
Yeah, and having that point in time dilation there just to slow him down a little bit more, make sure that like it doesn't even need to be a double bash or anything like that. You know, it was interesting when you mentioned the Dragon Knight getting or using his ultimate right there mid. I thought that maybe Dendi would like make a rotation to one of the other lanes since he knew it was down, but he's still just comfortable staying in lane against the DK.
I don't know where he can rotate because his Venom is not much of a help, and the Void Spirit's still gonna be a really hard kill with level 6. This should be free though, one would hope.
Dendi has already used Blink. He does have the Sonic Wave, throws it out, takes down one. So they get that kill. But unfortunately, our man, the Earthshaker, the hero, is going to be taken out. Maybe he gets a courier kill. Oh, nope, okay. Just going to walk away. So they take down that Earthshaker again.
Who's having a good time on the Radiant, though? I mean, Queen and DK are even, but I guess the Bristol's still behind his counterpart in the Void. Everyone's kind of losing their lane. In some sense, like, they're all behind their counterpoint, right?
Right.
Like, now Queen's behind the DK, Bristol's behind the Void. It's just minute differences at the moment, though. I think the supports feel bad, though. Oh, top Fisher to save, maybe? Doesn't get the bash anyway.
Throw that Gale out there. Punish Crystallize. Yeah, he's actually just going to TP away. Wow. So realizing that could have been a slow, steady burn down, that gives some opening here maybe for bait.
I like his build, too. He's going this Diffusal versus the Bristleback draft.
Okay.
It's like kind of a common item on Faceless Void anyway. It's in the right games, and I think this is a good one for it. It's either that or he goes like some farming items.
Right. Well, and the thing that I think is interesting about this now, you've got a Veno that's going to be going in for the full Spirit Vessel afterwards. So maybe there's a chance like that they can actually try and punish this Dragon Knight trying to stay survivable. It looks like they're going to be able to get double rune here. Pasha needs to be wary with that Nether Ward down. He could have killed himself.
Yeah, Crystallize ran bottom to try and make a play with the Chrono. I guess he feels like he can't go back top now. The Veno's level 7. This is where Veno starts kicking off. As we said, like the 2-2-2 build at 6, and then level 7, you get more points in the Plague Wards. And you can see that what all good Veno players do, they just scout around themselves, just plant all these wards, you know, when the TPs are coming through. And all Ilias can really do is just try and leech a little bit here.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think that it does kind of reveal one of the issues.
Oh, look at Slayer right now. Nuke that whole creep wave, or that whole triple stack. That was so good.
What a player. Now I got a trusty shovel too. He's happy. That's what you want. I was going to say, though, that like it does feel like this Earthshaker just hasn't really been able to get all that much time for himself. I mean, he's still got Tranquil Boots. He's got the Magic Stick, but just level 4 already at 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Dendi?
Oh, Sonic Wave, though. Ooh, Dendi hesitating. I mean, it looks like low, but that was still 400 some HP, so
yeah,
it's not free.
Pasha takes down Ghost Stick, so one of the heroes that was starting to kind of pop off for bait a little bit is just going to get killed off up top. So NaVi making some good rotations, recognizing that they're in a pretty comfortable spot right now. They do what they want.
That was without the AA ulti too. So he just got pulsed on, and then taunted, and then just ran through, I guess. Yeah. They hit him with the cold feet as well as like at the same time, so he just kind of got locked in place.
Well, in the jungle, they spot out Slayer. And it just feels like they want to go for these big kills, but they haven't really been able to find an opening on a NaVi. NaVi have been doing a good job of like hiding back from
Chrono
bad fights, and the Chrono comes in with the Ice Blast afterwards. Breathe fire onto both. Dendi's done. Ghost Stick also to fall, and Excalibur, the only one left alive. He might kill off Ilias, but he might not. Ilias is just walking away. They pull back in Excalibur. He's in a ton of trouble, and he also is going to drop. 3 dead, and NaVi starting off looking good in this game too.
Oh, that was like the one way that fight goes bad. So we just can't get chronoed right next to each other for the simple setup. They had a ward down bottom for a while, And so I think they knew the Faceless Void was down here farming. And I think they just didn't expect him to make that TP so quickly. I'm assuming he TP'd out of vision. Judging by how they got caught like that.
Yeah, that would make the most sense. Well, and I don't know, the thing that's just so crazy about it is like, you know that's, as you said, the only way that they can win that fight.
This is good though. This is what you have to do.
Okay.
You have to immediately just run right back at it, right?
Yeah.
You have no choice. Now, the best counters to Chrono are Aegis and buyback. It's like
Who respawns?
all you can do. Yeah. Just
right.
accept.
In the meantime, NaVi, they're going to try and dodge away from the fight and see if they can take the bottom tower. In response, Excalibur moves down here with Magical. God, time dilation is so annoying to play against this Bristleback.
It's a pretty amazing skill to this game. There's no doubt. There's actually so many heroes that commit their spells like right at the start of the fight.
Slice time walk away. And it looks like now Bait are going to try and attempt to keep putting the squeeze on a NaVi. The underrated part about this too, Ghost Stick, just like dropping wards around so you can at least see if there's an initiation coming. But it feels like NaVi only want to do that if they have Chrono.
So if you guys were here for last game, it's going to look pretty damn similar, I think. Right? Like they have one plan.
Yeah.
They were like a patch behind, I feel like. I feel like this would have been way more effective like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm sure it still works, but it feels like there's way more avenues for comebacks now.
Well, I think that also it works really well against teams that like are like that are more impatient, I guess.
Yes,
it
they
feels
like panic fight you.
Yeah, NaVi are not really biting into the bait.
This Ice Blast is coming way up top. Will this play work?
Oh, wow. Careful, careful. Dendy, he gets pulled back in. The chase down. Ah, he's in some trouble. The run is there. Although, are they going to be able to find the kill? It looks like no. He's going to live. Thought that maybe.
Left. If he had hit the Aether Remnant, he would have died. Because it would have been an extra 180. I'm pretty sure he was dead.
Well, a stack up here again. They're going to try and take away these Ancients, although they're stacking it as a Plague Ward was dropped into camp.
They need this, though. Like, try and steal these Ancients for Excalibur would be so good.
Yeah.
They should be able to bog this down, right? With Ghost Stick? Like, just keep dropping wards. Spam them. Take this area.
I mean, they're afraid of this Chrono. Ice Blast is back off cooldown again, and Bait just don't feel confident doing it. I guess the other thing is that they didn't have Dendy there at that moment either.
Yeah, I don't know if they got any of those.
Well, NaVi continue to hold out against the aggression coming from Bait, and that scary part again is with this Ancient Apparition and Faceless Void, it's really hard to just walk into an area with these heroes. They need to have Ghost Stick go out front and center with his Plague Wards, and then, you know, have people behind him ready to follow up. But there's not really that much save on Bait's team.
I like Magical taking this Nether Shell too, because like he's got so much armor anyway that the -3 I think is a worthy trade-off for the magic resistance versus like Pugna. And just Veno, of course.
Well, they have Spirit Vessel done. Ilias is trying to set up maybe with an Ice Blast. I mean, do you think that Bait are doing basically what they need to be doing right now? At this point in time?
Yes and no. I mean, they've had some mistakes, but this is where it gets a lot harder because the T1s are very easy in comparison to the Tier 2s.
Right.
The Tier 2s are much harder. You have to get in, you have to control the outposts, you need to drop wards down. The Veno's going to help with that because you can try and secure the area through vision a lot better, but they also can provide like false security when the smokes come out. So like they might just like smoke through 5 Veno wards and chrono your 2 heroes, and then your whole push is nullified. So have to watch out for that.
Okay. Bait just trying to hold this area and they smoke up, but there is already NaVi very far beyond the reaches of the smoke, it feels. Slayer, Crystallize, and Ilias all just sitting back mid. They're going to smoke up instead as 4 Crystallize. Walk uphill is Magical. Spots out that Pugna. He has his Blink Dagger. Stunned to open it. Trying to move in with this Earthshaker. He does have, well, Echo, but oh god, he's just dead. He just goes down. Dendy just decides to run away. We have a short little pause, it looks like. Magical going to retreat, got some lags. But yeah, 17 and a half minutes, 2 to 10, and it feels like it.
Yeah, they just ran into the supports first. Good play there by them to not like drop any of the big spells, right? Like he didn't panic Chrono or anything or try and dive for the Queen of Pain. It's just not worth it. Because the second, again, when they use Chrono, if it's not a big kill, you know what's going to happen. They're just going to like face rush down your towers again. And even if it is a tier 2, that is still a pretty good opening for bait to find their way onto your side of the map. So the Chronos have to connect. And ideally, you kind of want to kill with Chrono without having to blow everything else. Unless you're going to like fully 5-man wipe them, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you kind of... You lose all that potential to fight afterwards. Short DC here. I mean, I'm curious because it's interesting to me, right? Because you have this Venomancer that clearly is kind of doing what you would want out of the hero to some extent, where he is, able to take that top tier 1 tower early. He gets some good vision for them, allows them to take sort of fights in an area. But at the same time, because there's this Faceless Void and Ancient Apparition, it feels like they still can't hold an area. Like if NaVi move into it, they just have to run away.
There's also that, and the fact that he's not jungling either, right? Which is like another good part about Veno, but there's like no time because they're trying to rush down these towers. So he's pretty middle of the pack. Like he didn't have the greatest start on the Venomancer, but there's all these camps that he could have like wards in right now and be trying to like farm up while waiting for a push. Like this is what he needs to do is just go back and get some items. And one of the more unfortunate parts about Spirit Vessel is that it does require kills to get the most use out of it.
Right.
So they're gonna have to try and like find a favorable fight. They can't just like keep running at these towers and getting killed by one spell.
Yeah, I mean, it was sort of like a little, hey, that's nice that you get this like passive part of it now, but clearly, as you're mentioning,
that's a free kill.
Oh my god,
she just got pulled into Ice Blast. That was nice.
Well done by NaVi. Taking down their old superstar, Mr. Dendy. NaVi are looking pretty good this game. They got charges now on this Void Spirit. They keep on getting pickoff after pickoff, and feels like they're constantly where they need to be. What's the next step for them, do you think, is trying to like sort of put a stranglehold on this game?
Well, they're reinventing themselves because this time they're definitely not ahead at 18 minutes or 19 minutes. They're very, very far behind.
Yeah.
Dota Plus is about a 12% win chance, and I would agree with that. This is like such a snowballing lap. They need the biggest Echo Slam of this guy's life, Mr. Stolmanen. So he's very close to Blink. But yeah, they need like Echo and Sonic Wave and everything syncing up in the most magical fashion, and then to somehow take Roche with their lineup and start holding on.
Yeah.
But it's not looking great.
Yeah. I mean, the panel sort of talked about what we see as a sort of motif from Bait is doing pretty good in that first game, and then it looks worse in game number 2, and that's kind of where we're at. As Blink Dagger is done, let's see if they can go with it. Only level 8 though on the Earthshaker.
Yeah, you get max Aftershock at least though.
Okay.
Which is good.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And there's other cool little things like Ghost Stick is gonna get his level 12 soon as well. Oh god, Ice Blast. I see him right away. He literally just walked into the pit. Get out of there. What are you doing? Run away.
This is the kind of play they need though. And Crystallize, perfect movement, just goes right back down bottom and starts pressuring this tower. Wants to force someone from Bait to rotate down here. Can they kill Faceless Void if he just like stands by this tower? Unless the Earthshaker is like in the tree line right now and then like 2 heroes are TPing in, I don't think they actually can. And I think he realizes this.
Yeah.
Well, his team is just like hitting the tier 1 mid. It's just like, all right, I think Void's good. I have Blink on DK with this Arcane Rune, so I don't know what they're gonna do, but we're fine.
Yeah, they're still trying to take Roche at the moment, right? And it's like, dude, if they're not careful, like NaVi can just show up, win the fight, and then take Roche afterwards, and they'll also lose 2 tier 1 towers. I don't know. This is looking like NaVi just have everything under control. I'm not sure what the crybaby emote is, but then afterwards Earthshaker gets the tome. Maybe he wanted it for himself.
Yeah. Support player was whining for it.
Yeah. All right. 21 minutes, 3,000 gold lead. Roche is giving up on, and Magical and Faceless Void just get 2 towers. they're just going wherever they want right now. NaVi is doing everything.
Yeah, they're completely. I mean, look where the AA is playing. Ilias is just like dewarding mid. Just he is by far the closest to enemy heroes out of this blob, and he doesn't even care. Like he knows how safe he is in this position.
Yeah. All right, round 2. Let's see if they can do it now. It does not feel
Look
like
where they're scanning. They do not know where they are. NaVi are just away on your side of the map right now, but it looks like they don't care, or at least they gave up checking.
You know, in a way, it's like if they get that Roche earlier, it almost ends up being better for NaVi because that gives them the second Roche more quickly. You know, like
it also just puts more pressure on Bait to actually come at them and fight them, and I don't think NaVi are going to care. Now, again, we talked about how the counter to Chrono is Aegis, so that's good.
Right.
It's on the bristle.
Okay. Well, let's see. The Void Spirit is almost ahead of the Bristleback right now. He's level 15 on Pasha. Dude, what a monster.
I mean, Slayer has just been down here pushing a tier 3 by himself for the longest time with Shadow Demon. He's having a great game too.
Yeah, the levels are actually insane right now. Like Shadow Demon's about to be ahead of the Veno. And they get double BKBs now completed for NaVi. What a timing. Oh, Bait. They have the Blink Echo if they want it, but the smoke up and then the runaway. NaVi going to dodge.
They saw this courier, I think, on the Observer Award down here. So that's why he just like smoked and ran.
Heads up play there by I mean, and that's one of the strengths too of like holding on to this whole area, right?
Yeah.
You talked about it, I think, in one of the other matches that we had, but having these wards down there means that you see any smoke that's coming because the couriers are going towards them.
Yeah, it's funny how much better it is now. There's 5 couriers. It used to be like the most broken thing about Bounty Hunter that teams would abuse is like those 2 wards inside the base, like there and there, or there and there, and they'd be like, okay, the courier's going this way, so they're gonna smoke like this, and now it's just like couriers all over the map.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys didn't actually want to see where they're moving, did you? Here. Oh my god, what's happening mid?
Don't look at it. Nobody look at it. Oh. Dude, that's the next.
So reminiscent of the last game, except now they only have 2 kills.
Yeah, now it's like they're all inning for a tier 2 tower instead of like the racks or whatever. All right, Excalibur, what you got, my man? Got the Aegis, the Heaven's Halberd, and a Vanguard. The wraparound is coming, though. Oh, Crystallized and Ilias, they have an inkling as to where all of Bait is. They walk up, place down a ward, spot some vision, magical. Oh, gets his Blink Dagger broken. Okay. That's one strength of the Veno. But they gotta be careful now. Jump in, Chrono onto 2, Ice Blast afterwards, onto all of them. This is your big tanky boy. He can't go down now. He is gonna die. And now they chase forward for more. Crystallized trying to take down that ward. Decrep onto the side, but they find LeBron going to try and get the kill, and they will BKB out. Yo, it ain't looking good for Bait.
They're just spreading. Stolman's sitting by the side the entire time this fight is the Earthshaker, and they were so well set.
And then they just pull him back in. He just wants to echo something. No, he gets cold, defeated, and going to drop. Dendi lifted up into the air. Dude, the time dilation is brutal. Bash comes through right as Blink was coming off of cooldown. NaVi are going to kill everybody. And they didn't take 1 souls. 2 to 16. Oof.
What did I tell you about the Spirit Vessel? It's never going to get a kill.
Yeah.
Thing got purchased, it's just going to sit at 0 the whole game.
God. Dude. I mean, the Earthshaker did 258 damage in that fight.
Look at it, the Queen did 530. I mean, don't point at him out. Look at everyone else. Everyone except Excalibur, and that's only because he throws out damage when he dies.
Damn. That's painful. I mean, you know, we open up these things to like look at what's all right. Well, it's just a kill and a Slayer.
Nice.
And LeBron's like, yeah, got you. I love that so much. That's amazing. Good job, LeBron. Way to keep the spirits up.
You're only making it worse. Speaking to himself, I believe.
I mean, there's some of these games where you just gotta have fun. Did I ever tell you when I used to play football, soccer for our American friends? You see, I did that for the international folks out there.
That was nice. I'm sure they like that.
I played keeper, and the very first
you were
game
the goalie,
that I played, I was the goalie.
The pucks. I see.
I was a big boy. And our first game that we played, I lost 17-0, and I was the keeper. So I know how it feels. I'm not gonna lie to you folks out there.
That's incredible. I didn't even know that they scored that many goals in soccer.
Usually they stop the game, but we wanted to keep playing. We were having fun.
The ref didn't like you or something? The mercy rule?
That's what that LeBron tip was right there. That was the let's just stick with it. Let's have some fun, guys.
Well, damn, dude, Bait's actually doing better than you. It's 17-3.
They're killing it. Unbelievable. All right, 8,000 gold lead. NaVi in full control, waiting for the next Roche is most likely what they're looking for. He's got a paladin sword too.
I'm actually surprised it's only a 7k lead, to be honest. That gives me hope.
What about up
there was
top?
some hope. Ice blast. Not necessary.
Dude, do you see how magical or how Pasha just walked away? He didn't even bother right clicking him. He was like, don't worry, Dragon Knight's got this.
I want the team, the guys coming in for support.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Look at how Void Spirit just walks when he's slower, with that finger up like that. Tell me that's not the cockiest walk in Dota.
I like that.
Like, Swagger Fiend is one thing, but what is this? He's just shushing everybody while he wanders around.
Yeah, that's cool. I like him a lot.
He's not slowed anymore, though.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Rip. All right, 3-18. We're dangerously close to a meme here. Look out, everybody. Invest now.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, but you got to pick one or the other. You can't go for both.
That's true. Good
You got to
point.
choose which one's more likely. Personally, I'm inclined to believe that Bait will not be getting another kill, so I feel like I lean that way. I don't know if they can manage the dankness. We'll see.
Radiant's middle
Maybe
tower
someone will
is under
suicide in on a deep dive.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Man, the Earthshaker right now has 7 mangoes. It's ready to go.
He's harvesting the plantation. Look how many more mangoes are still back of the fountain.
Oh, wow. It's ready. I mean, that regen, is valuable.
He's got 24.7 HP regen with his tranquils. Wowzers.
Top lane. Something eerily similar to what we saw before. As Dendi goes down.
This replay feature is great.
I was waiting for Roche, I think, at this point.
Ghost there.
Radiant's top tower is
They're
under
thinking
attack.
about it. Wowzers. Yeah, this is very tough. This is really hard for Bait to do anything. And I don't know what else to say, man. I literally have no idea what else to say.
Well, we're just waiting on Roach. I hope you guys are having a good day. Having a lovely time.
I mean, it really feels like NaVi knew exactly what was going to happen because they literally played against the exact same strategy, 25, 30 minutes ago, whatever it was.
Yeah. They miss out on that one blink play. Maybe you smoke with the blink on the shaker or something, but if you don't make that happen, then the game just gets kind of impossible feeling from there. And they didn't find that play, and then they actually found a fight where it looked kind of all right, but NaVi just played it super well. I mean, they started with the vision on the high ground. They then committed to social distancing, so they didn't get all echo slammed.
Yeah, that's nice. And I mean, expecting to see something similar here. Roche a minute away. Aghanim Scepter done on Shadow Demon. Whoa, that's pretty terrifying.
That's all that time bottom, just spamming waves and stacks in the jungle.
I did see for Veno at least, he got his level 15 talent. So the ward summons.
Goody.
He's got the Gale cooldown too. Oh, LeBron. Ice Blast in again. Punches coming out fast and furious. So the Pugna is donezo.
He was so dead, Slayer didn't even bother throwing out one of his 3 purges. He's like, nah, it's all right.
You know what else? Oh, wow. They're actually going to be in so much trouble when they get hit with this Shadow Demon ulti. That's going to be really impossible to deal with.
Structures are fortified.
Magical. Literally none of his team is here. Void Spirit just now showing up, but he just pops his ulti and just starts beating into the tier 3 tower, and they don't have an answer.
Crystallized's build is pretty much done at this point. Oh, we got to dive.
Not again. 20. We're almost there, folks. Save your power chips. Jump in. Round 2. Ice blast in onto both of them. Well, you better invest now. It's only for a second, as it looks like they're probably going to lose this Bristleback afterwards. Punches are there, broken, although they do back up. Buyback coming from the Queen of Pain as well as the Venomancer. All right. NaVi respecting the potential danger. Excalibur is running out after people here. But Slayer just going to TP out. Oh, all right.
Oh, give it to him, dude. Come on.
One more time. One more time is all they need. Dendi died again. How did Dendi die? Oh, no. Okay. Damn. Stun comes out now onto Earthshaker, and with round 2 of this initiation, it is looking really hard. Echo Slam, not enough. They are going to lose probably 3 here at the very least, if not more. The stuns are out on the Ghost Stick. There's no buyback from the Queen of Pain. Triple kill for Magical. God, this is a hell of a beatdown. This is a hell of a beatdown.
I just think Valve should step in and start ending the games when it's at 0%.
Yeah.
They should set a new win condition.
GG.
Oh, yeah, looks like Ice Frog just messaged Dendi, gave him the sad news.
Oh.
GG, bud.
I mean, it hurts. And this is one of those games that just, it feels really bad for the co-op too, because like, you have to be the one that goes in, but when that happens, 1 in 7, you know? It's rough.